In this video, I'm going to give you a complete overview of HighLevel, and it's also going to be a step-by-step tutorial for complete beginners. So if you have no idea how HighLevel works, but you want to learn more, then this video is going to be perfect for you. Here's what I'm going to cover in this video today. First of all, what is HighLevel? We're going to talk about that, the 30,000 foot view, so that you completely understand the potential of HighLevel and everything that it has to offer. Then we're going to talk about an extended 30-day free trial. Normally they have a 14-day free trial, but I'm going to give you links so that you can start an extended free trial. Then we're going to go over something called the agency view. So when you sign up with HighLevel, I'm going to sign up in today's video as well, so you can follow along step by step. I'm going to cover what the agency view is and how it works. Then we're going to talk about the sub accounts that you use for your clients and for your own business essentially. This can be quite confusing in the beginning. Understanding what the agency view is and what sub accounts is can be hard to understand. It definitely was for me in the beginning. It's going to be crystal clear for you after today's video. And then at the end, I'm going to have a gift for you as well. Let's begin with the first thing, and that is just understanding what HighLevel is and understanding all of the potential that it has and everything that it has to offer you. So first of all, I'm going to walk you through a quick list here, and then we're actually going to go to the website, sign up, and do some actionable tutorial type of steps. The main thing with HighLevel though is that it's one tool to rule them all. You will only need one software to run your online business, not 15 different ones. So if you've been in the game of running an online business for a while now, you know that just a couple of years ago, you would have multiple different tools to run your online business. You used ClickFunnels for running your funnels, you had WordPress for your website, you had SurveyGizmo for your surveys, and other tools for your forums, you had Active Campaigns for your CRM system, and another tool for your email marketing. You have Calendly for your calendar, you have Kajabi for your course, and then you had Facebook groups for your community. You just have all of these different tools out there, and then you try to kind of glue that together. And the main problem that HighLevel is solving is exactly that. Instead of having multiple tools, you can just have one tool to do all of that for you instead, which is a money saver and a time saver, and it just makes it a lot more efficient. But that's not it, right? There's a lot more to it. I'm going to talk about that in a sec. So you basically can run your entire online business on HighLevel. Again, your websites, your system, your funnels, your forums, your service, your courses, you have everything in one place. And if you're running a marketing agency, let's say, this is a game changer because now everything is connected. If you want to test and do A/B tests and want to build funnels, you can connect that to your website and with your sub accounts or subdomains rather. Everything is running under the same hood essentially. Everything is interconnected with everything else. So you don't have to glue everything together with advanced Zapier connections and all of that. Everything is in one place, which is a huge time and energy savior, and it will save you a lot of headache as well over time. You run it, you use HighLevel for yourself, but you also use it for all of your clients. So if you're running a marketing agency, because HighLevel is mainly built for marketing agencies, you can not only manage your own business there, but you can also manage all of your clients in something called sub accounts. So you have the agency view that I'm going to walk you through in today's video, where you do all of the settings for your agency, and then you have multiple sub accounts for all of your clients. So if you're helping local businesses, let's say, in my agency we help residential roofing contractors, I can have one sub account per each client, and then within each sub account we have their CRM system, funnels, websites, all of that good stuff, right? But here's another really cool thing. Now is where we really get down to the core value of HighLevel, and that is that you can white label this software. So you can host the software on your own domain and with your own logo, which becomes an extremely valuable asset for your business or for your agency. So think of it like this, right? Instead of you having to have ClickFunnels or Active Campaign and gluing together a solution for your own business and for your clients, now you can go to HighLevel and you can use HighLevel with one tool to your clients, which is cool, right? But now you can even white label it. So when you are on a sales call with a prospect or a potential client, your agency, let's say, instead of you presenting HighLevel, you can then show them your website and your own software. You can go to appabcagency.com and you can log into the software that is living under your brand and under your domain, and it looks like your own software, because it is. I would argue this is the biggest reason why they're growing so quickly, is because they're putting the power in your hands, in the agency owner's hands. They give you everything that you need to sell more. So the white label solution is awesome, and not a lot of companies do offer this, but HighLevel do, because they know that if they can offer you a ton of value, they're gonna get more customers as well, right? Then the big thing about HighLevel as well is that you can even resell it as a SaaS business then, and SaaS stands for software as a service. service. So you can basically, since you can white label it and put your own brand on it, you can also resell it as your own software. So you can put your own price tag on it, and then you can basically launch your own SaaS business within a week. So you can basically take HighLevel, and then you can put a price tag on it for, I want to sell it for $50 or $100 or $500 or $1,000 a month. You can $10,000 a month if you want to, if you have a market for it. But the main thing is that you can take this software, put your own brand on it, and then resell it to your own market as your own software, which is insane. And so I just want to plant those seeds into your head, because what I want to do right now, actually before we start the 30-day free trial, I want to check out the website, right? Because I want to talk about this. And in a second, we're going to sign up and get started with everything as well. Now, HighLevel has been using this homepage for their website for 3-4 years, or maybe even since they started. I think it is 5 years ago. And this homepage, if you ask me personally, doesn't make the software justice at all. It's a very long page. It's very confusing. You don't really understand the true value of it. Now, here is like one image that kind of represents what I was talking about before, right? Before, you needed all of these different features and you used all of these different tools to manage that. And now you can do everything under one software instead, which is then HighLevel. So instead of paying up to $7,000 per month for all of these different tools and gluing them together with Zapier connections, etc., you can now just use HighLevel to do all of this in one software for either $97 per month, $297 per month, or then they also have a pricing option for $497 per month. So let me explain what the difference is here. For $97 per month, you basically get, I think it is 1 or up to 3 sub accounts. So you get 1 account for yourself, and then you can have 2 sub accounts for 2 clients. You get access to pretty much everything, or literally everything that they have to offer for $97 per month. So you can start with this price plan, right? Then you can upgrade to $297 per month. And now what you can do is that you get unlimited sub accounts, right? So if you have, let's say, more than 2 clients in your marketing agency, then you would need the $297 per month. And you can then also white label it as your own software. Then they do also have a $497 plan that they don't even show on their homepage. I'm not really sure why, but that's their SaaS plan. That's when you can start to resell HighLevel as your own software. So I'm sure you're having a lot of questions. And again, I want to plant as many seeds as I can into your head. And the easiest way to just continue now is to get started, to sign up for the software. That's what I'm going to do. You can follow along if you want to. And if you want a 30-day free trial, you can go to maxpearson.com/highlevel-pro, because if you go to the website here, normally they have a 14-day free trial. But since I'm an affiliate for HighLevel, if you use my link, you get a 30-day free trial. Feel free to use it if you want to. If not, that's completely fine. I just want to provide as much value as I can. And even at the end of this video today, I'm going to give you a ton of goodies worth over $12,000 so that you can use that. Hopefully that will help you in your life and your agency to make more money. Now, what you do here is very, very simple. You start your 30-day free trial. You can click here, start an extended 30-day free trial. You put in your details, company name, full name, email, phone number, and then on the next step, you put in your credit card details. Notice that this is a 30-day free trial for the HighLevel Pro plan. So this is the $497 per month plan. However, what you can do is that you can downgrade, right? So if you start a 30-day free trial for HighLevel Pro, you can always then later just contact HighLevel support, which is super simple. You can get in contact with them in less than a minute, and you can just tell them that, hey, I want to downgrade to the $97 per month plan before the free trial runs out, essentially. Now, after you've done this, I've already done this. I just did it before the actual call. You will be taken to a page that looks like this. Thanks for opening a trial. So that's because I just went through the survey right here. So click here to get started. So now they basically want you to just tell us more about your business. You can select an industry here. An agency, let's say. We are 49 people. Yes, I have a website. So I can do maxpearson.com here, for example. And we can just go through these steps, and I'm going to put in my address as well. So you put in your address, and then they ask you, do you intend to resell HighLevel? I'm going to click yes. I'm going to approve their terms of service, and then we can get started. Now, here's just, they're basically asking you what tools you're using today. So for example, before I started using HighLevel, I had ClickFunnels, I had Calendly, ActiveCampaign, Yachtform, I had Word, Kajabi, Typeform, Schedule Once, I used that as well. Servigism I used, HubSpot I tried out as well. So that's it. HighLevel has a lot of features to accomplish your marketing automation goals. Okay, that's good. I got it. Now let's set up the account. So I'm going to put in a password, set up my account, and let's go. Now they're asking me to verify my email address. So I go to my email inbox right here. So I have a verification code in here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in here. I'm going to verify my account. And then they also want me to verify my phone number. So I have my phone right here. I just received the code. So I'm going to put it in, and then we click verify. They ask me to let's set up your own account or your first client. So let's do that. All right, so I put in my business name, my name, and my email address, my phone number, and my website. Then I'm going to click on create. So now you can see that we've basically been forwarded to our sub account that we just created. And this is where it can create a little bit of confusion inside of HighLevel, right? But before we continue with this, let's just go back to the presentation. And now we're going to talk about the agency view first, and then we're going to talk about the sub accounts. So in this drop-down menu right here, you will see all of your accounts or sub accounts. And if we click here now to switch to agency view, this is where we want to begin everything. And if we go to the agency dashboard right now. So just to clarify, the dashboard or the agency view inside of HighLevel, it's basically for your business. This is where you do all of the settings for your sign up to HighLevel essentially. This is where you can white label it, put your own logo into it, fix your own white label domain. If you want to resell HighLevel as your own SaaS business, that is where you do all of those settings. You can also get your agency dashboard, as you can see on my screen right here. So you can connect your Stripe account. So let's say you have an agency and you use Stripe as your payment processor. You will be able to see here kind of an overview of how much you're selling. So how much revenue did you have last month? What's your current monthly recurring revenue? How many customers do you have in Stripe? New customers this month, your revenue distribution. So how much money is distributed on different products or different clients. You can also get kind of a graph to see your growth over the last 6 months, right? They also offer you a kickoff call, and I don't know if this is free. I think it is, but yeah, this is something that they offer. I'm going to click remind me later. Now, what I want to do in this video now is just to walk you through all of the different tabs and all of the different settings so that you understand everything. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a gift where I'm going to give you even more training if HighLevel is something that you want to dive into. So let's take it from the top to bottom. We have now gone through the agency dashboard. Now let's talk about prospecting. This is actually a rather new tool that you can use and that they offer. So what you can do here, you can search, for example, roofers in Miami, and then it will bring up a list of different roofing contractors in the US. And then you can see here, you get their Google reviews, and if they have WordPress, and I don't really actually know how they calculate the conversion rate of how likely it is to get in contact with them. But let's say I click on, for example, this one, you will get access to their name, a phone number to their business, and their website as well. I think they're pulling this from the Google My Business page. But this is just a prospecting tool that you can leverage, and you can use that to find more leads and clients for your business. Then if you go into sub accounts, this is where you're going to see all of your different sub accounts. And again, just to clarify, your agency view is only for you and for your business, right? Then you have different sub accounts. You're going to have one sub account for your own business, for your own agency. In my case, I just created one called maxperzon.com, but you can also create more sub accounts here, right? So whenever you get a new client, then you can have a sub account, or you're going to have one sub account per client. So let's say, as in my case, I have an agency helping residential roofing contractors with Meta ads or Facebook ads. When we have our roofing client here, we have roofing client number 1, then we have roofing client number 2, roofing client number 3, and they stack on top of each other essentially, right? But we also have our own agency sub account in here. And it's very easy to add a sub account. You can basically have a blank snapshot, or you can have different snapshots for different industries. And what a snapshot is, you can see it as a template. You can replace the word snapshot with a template. So either you start off with a blank template, meaning that you create all of the funnels and all of the automations and all of that yourself and all of the sales pipelines yourself, or you can use their pre-made templates or their pre-made called snapshots, right? So they have one snapshot for attorneys, for auto dealerships, for chiropractors, for coaching businesses, CrossFit, day spa, dentist, gym. You know, they have a ton of different snapshots here or templates. You have one for a marketing agency here for solar. They used to have one for roofing as well. I don't know if they do. Also, you can create your own snapshots and you can import different snapshots. So this is one of the gifts that I'm going to give you at the end of this video. I'm actually going to give you a snapshot that you can use for your own marketing agency, because honestly, these ones are really, really good. But if you customize them, they just become a lot better essentially. So I'm going to give you my exact template that I'm using in my agency, making more than $50,000 per month in pure profit. I've been doing that for years. And I've also given this exact template that I'm going to give you today. At the end of this video, I've given that to a ton of other people who have taken it, making 10, 20, even $100,000 per month with it. And these are snapshots or templates that people are selling for $1,000 to $2,000, and I'm going to give it away complete for free. So that is your sub accounts and what snapshots is. Here under account snapshots, this is kind of where you can see all of those snapshots essentially. So you can import other snapshots or shared snapshots. You can create your own snapshots and share with other people. So this is where you're going to import the snapshot that I'm going to give you essentially, right? Then under reselling, so a really cool thing that HighLevel is working on continuously is that they basically make part partnerships with other solutions out there. So Yext listings, it's basically a thing that you use for local businesses. It's something called online listings. If somebody asks Alexa, for example, who's the best roofer near me, then Google will go out and look for different NAPs or name, address, and phone numbers across the different web, and it will look for different listing websites. So Yext is one of those solutions that you can then leverage and resell as a service to your local business clients. So in my case, we have our roofing clients, right? I can then sign up for Yext and I pay high level, I think you can see here, $30. And then I can resell that for, let's say, $49, or we sell it for $97 per month. So we get a profit then for $60 per client. And if you're doing this in mass, now it's adding up. It becomes a monthly recurring revenue stream, right? They do the same thing with Word. So they have, I think it's the Google hosting solution implemented into HighLevel. So it's super fast WordPress hosting. So for example, if you have a client who already has a WordPress website, then you can tell them that, hey, you're working with us as a client and you're paying this hosting company a bunch of money to host your WordPress website. We can do it for you for free, or we can do it for a cheaper price tag, or whatever it might be. And now you have that as a stickiness term inside of your agency as well, right? Because if somebody's paying you not only for ads, but they're paying you for Yext online listings, and they're paying you for their hosting their website as well, it's going to be very hard for them to stop working with you as a client, right? Because you're providing them with so much value. And then they even have an integration with WhatsApp as well that you can resell. And they're coming out with different integrations that you can resell all the time, which is really, really cool. Now, Marketplace. Here inside of Marketplace, you can basically buy different services from HighLevel, right? So you have a basic account setup. You can pay them $300 and they will help you to basically get started with HighLevel. Advanced account setup, $1,000, and then priority support, $300. When I started HighLevel, I paid them a lot of money just to learn, and it was still hard. So that is why I am now creating those tutorials for people like yourself, and I have the free course that I'm going to give you at the end of this video as well, where you don't really have to pay for this, because you can go through like this tutorial right now, for example. You can have this. It's really good. HighLevel has a great team, and I've been using those services myself. So that's that. Also, you can create your own white label app as well. This is something that we do in our agency. So you have a white label mobile app, you have a white label mobile app plus a SAP, so a Zapier integration. You can have your own white label SAP integration as well, and then you can only pay for a white label SAP. So we pay for our own app on our agency Home Service Co. We have our website, we white label HighLevel obviously, but we also white label their app, because if you go to App Store right now and you search for Lead Connector, you will find this exact app, and you can use Lead Connector today. It's kind of the app version of HighLevel, but into your phone instead. But then you can white label that as well. So you get your own app on the App Store and on the Google Play Store as well. So it just creates even more value to your agency. It becomes like an asset that you can then leverage to present to people on sales calls, etc., to sell more of your services. Essentially, it makes it look a lot more established, because hey, you not only have your own white labeled software solution on the desktop, but you have your own white labeled mobile app and Zapier integration as well. Then they have different things here, Eliza as well. I haven't used this directly from HighLevel, but we've used a service called Level 9 Virtual. So it's basically an Eliza agent platform where immediately when you get a lead into your account, then you can outsource that message or that lead connection, that text messaging with that specific lead to another service, and they use the Eliza platform for that. We're going to talk more about that in a second, and also HIPAA compliance as well, which I haven't been diving into at all because I'm not in an industry where I need that. Then they also have an affiliate portal. And third-party cookies not working. Not sure why this is showing up, but HighLevel has a very, very good affiliate program. And this is an affiliate program that I'm using myself. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video right now, because if you find value in this video and if you sign up to HighLevel using my link, then it's part of the HighLevel affiliate program. So you can promote HighLevel, and every single time you get somebody else to sign up for HighLevel, you get 40% monthly recurring commissions. So again, they have a plan for $97, $297, and then $497 per month. So if somebody signs up for the $97 plan, you're going to get a commission of around $38. If somebody signs up with your link to the $497 plan, you're going to get a commission of around $200. And it's recurring as well. So every single month that that person stays as a client, you get paid. And yeah, that is what I do as well. That is one of the big streams of income into my business. Then you have partners, right? So you have affiliate partner. You know, you can look into this if you want to. They also have a university where they have some of their own courses and trainings that you can go through. So they have Lead Gen, SaaSpreneur, the 5-day challenge. I've been through these. They are okay. I think they're good. However, I've created my own course, and I think my course is really, really good as well, and people like it. Not to toot my horn too much. So we also have the SaaS education, right? Because the problem with high level, and the reason why they have a university, and the reason why they have SaaS education as well, is because high level can be a pretty complex tool. And when you go into it, you have so many tabs and so many different things, and it can be pretty hard to navigate it. And that is why people like myself and other affiliates can make a lot of money from the affiliate program, because people need help to understand high level. So it creates a big gap where you can help people to find solutions. And you're watching a video right now yourself to learn more about high level, right? And this is the gap that high level is trying to fix themselves as well, with their own university and their own training. But there's a lot of other YouTube videos as well. So that's that. Then under ideas, I think it's like their help support kind of place. Ideas.highlevel, I know that they have the help.gohighlevel.com as well. This is more their support knowledge base. We have the mobile app as well, as we talked about. This is where you can white label your own mobile app. So right here you can kind of see what it's going to look like. And yeah, we use our own customized brand to this. And then you can also get your own white labeled mobile app. Really, really cool stuff. And they recently made an update to the app as well. So they're constantly working on making those apps and the desktop app better all the time. And then also they have something that is rather new, which is they have an app marketplace. So other businesses out there are building integrations and solutions for high level, because high level started about 5 years ago. And I think as of right now, they have over 60,000 customers. And because of its popularity, and since it's growing so fast, a lot of other companies are building solutions into high level essentially. So Dope Marketing here, for example, it's a really, really cool thing. With Dope, you can easily add direct mail marketing strategies into your automation workflows. So obviously with high level, you can build automations where you can send text and email to your leads and to your clients automatically. But then this company called Dope Marketing, for example, so if you search for Dope Marketing here, they have a company and a solution where they offer direct mail mainly to home service businesses, right? So we have been talking a lot with them for our home service clients, roofing or solar, for example. And since they know that a lot of marketing agencies are using high level, then they've built in their own kind of solution to just natively integrate with high level. So that's what they call the app marketplace, and it's free to use. So yeah, it's really, really cool. It becomes like an ecosystem of itself. It's like the app store, right? It's not only Apple building apps, but it's a ton of other companies building apps on the app store, because everybody has an iPhone. That's kind of the same thing here. Everybody is using high levels. All of the other people who have the same customers want to build apps instead of high level as well. Then if we go into settings, again, just to remind you, we're still in the agency view. Here is where you can put in your profile, your contact details, and your phone number. That should be blurred out. Now, if we go to company and if we go to team, for some reason, high level doesn't want to load those specific pages right now, most likely because I have a completely new account, but it's very self-explanatory. Under company is where you can put in more details about your company, and under team is where you can invite more people under your team in your business, essentially. Under billing, this is where you will see exactly how much you're paying. You can also see that you're on a free trial right now, and you can downgrade and modify your subscription, and you can always contact high level support here as well to get help if you want to downgrade to a different plan, etc. They also use phone integration, right? So this is something that is really, really cool. I want to say a year ago, they only offered something called Twilio, right? So because you can use high level to send text messages and emails, you can do that in your own agency, but you can also offer this to your clients. So let's say you generate leads for a local business, like a roofing business, and then you want to have an automated text message campaign. You can send automated text messages from within high level. And before you could only use Twilio to basically make this possible, but now high level has built their own phone system, which is called the lead connector, which makes this super, super simple to sign up with. So you can click on use lead connector phone system, and it's basically a one-click integration. When we used Twilio, it was quite a hassle to get everything set up, but with lead connector, it's very, very simple. So you can use this for your agency settings, but you can also then go over and make sure that all of your sub accounts are using this as well. So it makes the integration super, super simple. One click, quick start, better cost with real-time billing, increasing security, and telephone management made easy. Same thing with email services. So here you can also use lead connector. Before they also had an integration mainly with Mailgun, but now it's just super simple to set up the email services with lead connector as well. And it makes it possible for you to be able to send emails essentially from high level for very, very cheap prices. And then you can resell your usage of both phone and your email usage to your clients. So let's say you're paying 1 cent per email, And then you can basically, just to make it simple, you can resell that to your clients for 2 cents per email. So you're basically making a profit every single time your clients are sending an email, right? Again, I'm going to give you more in-depth click-by-click instruction on how to actually set all of this up in my gift at the end of this video. For now, I just want to give you the overview, right? Then we have LC premium triggers and actions. So this is also something that you can resell. They have workflow AI, reviews AI, content AI. A lot of these things are coming out continuously and they're creating more things. So content AI, for example, is kind of like ChatGPT. That is basically something then that you can resell to your clients as well. We're going to overview that more when we go into the sub accounts. Affiliates, some settings for the affiliates, custom menu links. You can create custom menu links for your sub accounts. This is where you can connect your Stripe. API keys. This is something if you use integrations with you creating Zapiers, etc. Compliance, GDPR, HIPAA. We have labs as well. Honestly, I don't spend too much time in here at all. But yeah, that's basically the overview of the agency view. Now, also, one thing that we're missing here that we cannot see is the SaaS configurator. Here we actually have it, the SaaS configurator. Yeah, okay. That's why we need to connect Stripe to get started, and I haven't done that. But this is basically then where you can start to create the plans for your SaaS business. So you can have different pricing tiers, etc. If we go back to the presentation now, we basically covered the agency view and what that is. Hopefully this is starting to plant some seeds and you start to understand how HighLevel works and what it is. And now what we want to do is to dive into the sub accounts. So again, just to reiterate, the agency view is for everything regarding your agency. You have your agency dashboard, you can put in the settings, etc. And now we want to do is to just dive into the sub accounts that we created when we sign up. So the sub account is going to look differently than the agency view. And the sub account is the account where you build all of the automations, the websites, the funnels. This is really where you do all of the work for your own agency and for your own clients. So the first thing you do is that you have a launch pad right here. So it's basically just a quick setup tutorial on how you can download our app. If you have your own white labeled app with HighLevel, it's going to send the link to your custom app inside of App Store. If not, you're going to get a link to the Lead Connector app essentially, right? Or their own kind of branded HighLevel one. Then they ask you to connect Google My Business, connect your Facebook page. Also, you can install a widget on your website. So we're going to review that. You can also connect your Stripe account to your actual sub account, and then you can add more team members. Now, if you're running a marketing agency, you will maybe have a Google My Business. Most likely you won't, but if you're helping local businesses and they are using HighLevel, then all of this becomes very, very relevant, right? Then we have the dashboard. And basically what the dashboard is, this is going to be stated in dollars if you're in the US. I'm in Sweden, so it says KR, which stands for Swedish krona. But opportunities, this is basically the amount of leads that you're having in your account, or the amount of leads that you have in your sales pipeline or in opportunities. Might sound confusing, but opportunities is basically how many leads do you have in the sub account right now. If you've generated 100 leads, it's going to say 100 here. Then pipeline value. So what you can do as well inside of HighLevel is that you can assign a value to your leads. So let's say I am running a marketing agency helping roofers like we do, and $3,500 per month, and we're signing a 90-day contract. Then that lead value would be $10,500, right? Because we're selling, that's the price of our contract, the initial contract. So then every single time I generate a lead, I can see kind of what the pipeline value is. And it can be pretty motivating. You can see that, oh, we have 100 leads in here right now. So we have over $1 million in pipeline value. Let's start calling those people and let's start close them. And then under conversion rate, this is basically where you can see how many of those leads have you actually closed into a client, because you can mark your leads in your sales pipeline if you've closed them into a client or not. So you can see that, yeah, we're having 100 leads and we've closed 2 of them. So we're going to have a 2% conversion rate. Then you can also see more kind of a breakdown here of more data. And as you connect with My Business, you're going to see your reviews and a bunch of other stuff. Now, let's continue. Conversations. This is a place where you can handle all of your conversations from one place, and it's cross-platform. So what that means is that if you generate a lead and you get their email and you also get their phone number, then from within here, you can send both text messages and emails to that person from one place. So it becomes like a chat place essentially, right? And also if you connect your Instagram page and if you connect your Facebook page or your Google My Business and somebody message you or your business via Google My Business, you can reply to them here with a Google My Business message back, or an Instagram message back, or a Facebook page message back. You or an office manager or a virtual assistant can basically just be here in the conversations tab and then basically basically just manage all of the conversations from one place. And if you're helping local businesses like we do, again with roofing and solar clients, then they almost always have an office manager, and they absolutely love this feature because they don't have to log into different solutions. They can be in one place, and then you can just reply to your reviews and all of that from one place. It's really, really cool. This is where you can close a lot of leads, and you can message them with text back and forth as well, which makes the interaction very, very powerful. And on that note, I also want to recommend a service called Level 9 Virtual. And Level 9 Virtual, I think they started out as the support team for HighLevel in the early days. Right now what they're doing is that they're selling basically VAs or virtual assistant services to marketing agency owners or entrepreneurs just like yourself. And the reason why I want to bring them up is because I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape or form, but they have a service which is really cool that's called Live Lead Nurture, and it's very relevant to the Conversations tab. So basically what you can do with Live Lead Nurture is that you pay them from $329 per month, and then you get, up to 50 chat conversations. If you pay them $400 per month, you get unlimited chat conversations. And if you pay them $500 per month, then they will manage the incoming calls for you. So what they do is that with this service for $500 per month, they're going to connect into your Conversations tab here. So instead of you having to respond to all of the Facebook ad comments or all of the Google My Business reviews and messages or all of the text messages where people respond to your automations that you're sending out, then you can just outsource that to them, and they are going to manage all of that for you via the Eliza platform, as I showed you before. So that's just a tip there. It's really, really cool. Yes, it's another $500 per month, but if you're growing a big agency and you just want to outsource this because you know that there's a ton of money in your tab and you don't have time to follow up with it, you can just pay $500 and you have a full team who's going to manage that for you and bring those conversations to booked calls and clients as well. Really, really cool service. Now, also the next tab is the Calendars tab. So this is basically where you can have an overview of all of the calendars connected into HighLevel. So let's say you're a local business like a roofing business and you have 10 sales reps. Then you can see all of your sales reps calendars in here, and you can overview, basically see when they have booked appointments, where they don't have booked appointments, etc. And you can connect. Most people have a Google Workspace calendar, or you use the Outlook version or the Microsoft Word version as well. So you can connect that, and then you can just basically overview calendars, right? Contacts, it's basically just a very simple list of all of your leads and all of your contacts. Right now it's empty, but here you can basically filter, so you can search for different leads. You can also import leads or contacts. You can export contacts. You can send review requests with one click. So let's say I have Lisa here, and we could just close them as a client with a click of a button. I can send them an email and a text message asking for a Google My Business review and a Facebook page review. You can delete contacts. You can remove tags. You can add tags. So if you want to sort your contacts with different tags, you can do that. You can send emails to them. You can send text messages to them, so you can kind of blast out a text message. So let's say I have 1,000 contacts in your CRM system right here. You can just blast out a text message campaign to them. You can also add them to different workflows or automations. I'm going to show you in a sec. And you can also change to different pipelines. Now, here's the thing with HighLevel, right? They call things in different ways on different places, which can be confusing. Here they call it pipeline, and here they call it opportunities. This is just something that you learn a little bit over time, and the user experience, I know that HighLevel is working on a lot. But yeah, it can be a little bit confusing, especially in the beginning, because here it says pipeline, but it really refers to your opportunities, which is going to be your pipelines here. So you can have a different sales pipeline here. The main thing I'm going to use here is just to see all of your contacts in one place. Your opportunities is going to basically be a sales pipeline. So you can create a sales pipeline right here. Actually, let's do that now. We will have to go into settings, and then we can go into pipelines, and then you can create a new pipeline. I'm going to call this sales pipeline. And the first stage, for example, is that we got a lead. The next step is that it become a hot lead because they responded to us. The next stage is that they booked appointment, and then they maybe no-show, and then closed. Oh yeah, we can use it like that pretty much. Or maybe we have like a follow-up stage as well that we're going to follow up with them. And that's basically it. Then you don't really need to add the closed or lost because you can mark them as that. But yeah, now you can see here under opportunities that we have like a sales pipeline, right? So we have all the leads that we generate will populate into here. When we can have a hot lead stage. So if, for example, if we generate a lead and we send out an automated text to that person and then they respond to that text, we can call it as a hot lead. So we kind of separate the leads from the hot leads. If they book an appointment, we can put them in here. And if they no-show to the appointment, we can put them in here. So we know that we need to try to rebook them. And if we did have a call with them and we need to follow follow-up, we can put them in here. And you can either drag and drop leads kind of manually into these different stages, but you can also automate it, right? Because you have all of your automations here in one place. So you have your sales pipeline, your automations, your emails, your text messages, everything in one place, which is really the power of HighLevel. Then we have the payments tab. And this is where, again, you can connect Stripe into your HighLevel account, and you can handle all of your invoices. You can see all of your subscriptions. You can create proposals and estimates, and they have a bunch of templates here as well that you can use, or you can create your own templates rather. And then also you can see all of your transactions, your products, if you have coupon codes. It's basically connecting to Stripe. So it's just an easier interface to manage your billing and your invoice and everything, all of that from one place, which is really, really cool. Then we have the marketing tab, and on the marketing tab, they have a social planner. For some reason, the social planner doesn't load. I think it's because I have a brand new account. But basically what the social planner is that you can manage all of your scheduled social media posts, essentially. If you want to schedule a Facebook post or Instagram post or TikTok post, you can do that in here. Under emails, this is where you craft all of your email campaigns, right? So if you want to send out an one-off email to your entire list, you can create a campaign right here. They also have a ton of templates that you can use, or you can create templates. And here you even have the snippet template. So this is where you can create snippets, or you can save different message templates. So let's say you have a text message that you're always sending to clients asking for a review, let's say, then you can create different snippets here. And you can create trigger links. Now we're getting a little bit too advanced and out of the scope of this video, and also affiliate manager here as well. The main thing under marketing is, I would say, the email, just sending out a one-off email. So if I click on new here, then you can basically just name the email campaign, and then you can draft your email, and you can use a design editor or a code editor, and you can go through this. So if you use the design editor here, then you can basically craft your emails with images and headlines and texts and all of that, right? So it's like a drag and drop builder to build your email campaigns, which is really, really cool. The next thing I want to show you is the automations. It's also called the workflow list. And automations, this is basically where you build your text and your email automations, right? So let me show you what this is. So you can click here, create a workflow, and then they have a bunch of different pre-templates for you, pre-built automations. You can either use or basically build your own from scratch. They call it different recipes, right? So you can have auto missed call text back. If you miss a call from a lead, reply to them automatically and notify the assigned user to get back to them automatically. They also have something called the Fast 5, which is really cool. This could actually be a good illustration point. So if we click here, recipe, the Fast 5, then I can walk you through what an automation will look like. So let's say that on top you basically have a trigger, right? So when is this automation going to kick off? And this is basically, you know, somebody fills out the form, somebody fills out the survey, you generate a new lead into your account, and you can have a trigger here. Then we are just going to create an opportunity. So for example, we can select our sales pipeline that we created. We want to put them into the lead stage, and we want to put the name, opportunity source. We have a lead value here. Let's say we have a lead value of $100, and the status here of the lead is open, right? So we're gonna do that. So that's basically that. And once that is done, you can then do different things, right? For example, we're gonna send a confirmation email. We're also gonna send an offer claim confirmation text message. And this is like an automated thing that every single lead that you get into your account is going to go through this, right? Then we can wait for a reply or 2 minutes. So if we do get a reply, we're going to continue. If they don't reply within 2 minutes, then we are also going to continue, essentially, right? So we want to check, did they reply to the text message? Yes, then we're going to do this thing. If they didn't reply, we're going to do this thing, right? And so this is where you build all of your different automations. And this is really one of the trickier things when you start with HighLevel, is knowing what automations to build and how to use them and how to connect everything. But that's when you want to have a snapshot, right? Because you want to have pre-built automations. And again, that is what I'm going to give you at the end of this video. Or I'm going to give you basically a snapshot filled with funnels, automations, everything that you need, and also give you the training so that you can learn exactly how they work. But this is where you build different automations, and you can build them however you want to. Again, you can have triggers, you can have multiple different actions here, right? Send email, text, Slack, call, voicemail, messenger, Instagram DM. You can have a ton of different things here, or move them to certain things. It's basically endless what you can do with automations, and they're constantly building out more features. Now, under sites, this is where you build your funnels. So if you've been using ClickFunnels before, this is basically very similar to ClickFunnels. You can either kind of create your own funnel from blank, or you can use from templates. So here you can see that they have a ton of templates of funnels that you can just copy paste into your account. Again, you're going to get that in the snapshot that I'm going to give you as well. But say we're just doing a test funnel here, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So we have the funnel here. I'm going to go into the test funnel, and then we can create a new step. So this first step is going to be opt in, for example, and you can even import your current ClickFunnels in here with one step, which is pretty cool. But then we have the first funnel step, opt in, and let's say we want to have the second step, it's going to be schedule or like calendar, let's say. Create funnel step. And then the third step is going to be a funnel step called success, let's say. All right. So if you start with the opt-in page here, you can do A/B tests. So you can split test them. You can see what page are generating the most amount of leads. And then if I click create from blank here, then you can obviously design those funnel stages and pages exactly how you want to. So for example, here you can add a row. You can have a column. Let's say here I want to have a logo or an image. So I'm going to put an image. So you can place an image right here. And then let's say underneath I want to have a headline. And then underneath the headline I want to have a subheadline. And then underneath the subheadline I want to have a video. And then underneath the video I want to have a button. And when somebody clicks this button, I want to open the pop-up. And then I can design the pop-up here. And then I'm just going to very quickly ugly example for you, but I'm just going to show you how simple it is. So sub headline, and then we're going to have a form here, let's say. So then you can have a form underneath as well. Now we haven't created any forms, but you get the point, right? So when somebody gets here, we have the logo, a headline, subheadline, we have a video, and then we have a button that opens a pop-up. So this is how you build funnels essentially. And if you have no idea what a funnel is and how you use it and why it's important and how it works, don't think about that right now, because you're going to get funnels pre-built for you in the snapshot that I prepared for you at the end of this video. So you can build funnels, and if we go to websites, you guessed it, you can do the exact same thing here as well. So you can choose from a bunch of different website templates here. You have HVAC systems, plumbings, garment cleaning, a bunch of different local businesses here. I'm sure that if I search for like roofing, for example, you can see that we have 5 different roofing websites, or solar, you can see there's a bunch of different solar websites. Or if I search for dentist, you can see that there's a dentist website here as well. So if we just review this, yeah, you have a super clean dentistry website here with different pages that you can use and resell for your clients, and it's free, or it's included in your subscription. You don't have to pay a single dollar for it. You can obviously design your own websites as well. You have blogs, where you can build a blog. WordPress, this is where if you want to resell and host websites, you can do that. Client portal, forms. So a client portal, this is actually something that I haven't used myself that much. Online gateway for client interactions. This is something that is rather new. They're coming out with new features all the time inside of HighLevel. But yeah, you can have a portal basically for your clients, which is really, really cool. And your clients can have a client portal for their own business as well. You can create forms. So you have a form builder. This is where instead of playing Servigismo and Typeform and Jotform and all of these different businesses or extra solutions that you have to pay, I don't know, $40 to $100 per month for, here you can just create your own form. So add form element. Let's say we want to ask for their name, we want to ask for their email, and we want to ask for their phone number. And then we want to have a button to basically submit. So now you have a form, and you can create custom countries or custom questions in here as well. So you can just customize these forms however you want to. So that are forms. And then also, if you go back here, you also have surveys, right? And basically the difference between a survey and a form is that with a survey, you have one question at a time. So with a form, you have all of the questions stacked on top of each other. And with the survey, you have first name, you have a button to the next one, then you ask for email, then to the next page, and then you ask for the phone number to the next page, and then the button at the end. Same functionality, but it's designed differently, essentially, surveys and forms. Hopefully I got that right. Now, chat widget, this is something that you can place on your website. So you can have a little chat bot like this. And what's really cool with the chat widget is that, again, you can use it for your own agency. If somebody comes to your website, for example, if you go to highlevel.com, right, you can see that they have the chat widget right here. This is exactly how it works. Hi there, have a question, text is here. You click here, you can put in your name, phone number, and message, and then you can start a two-way text communication with this specific business. And then all of those conversations are going to go into the conversations tab. And then again, you can then outsource that to, again, level 9 virtual if you don't want to manage all of those conversations yourself. But also this becomes a very, very cool thing that you can upsell to your clients or use as a, basically a unique selling proposition or added value to your local clients. Let's say you're helping roofers and you just on a sales call, you show them like, hey, if I go to your website, you don't have a chat widget, we can help you to get a chat widget to convert website visitors into actual leads and clients by having a chat widget. Here's the numbers that we normally see, how many people that convert, etc., etc. Oh, and also on top of that, we can manage all of those conversations for you if you want to. How does that sound, right? So it's a very simple thing, but it's very, very powerful, and you can use that to provide even more value for your clients essentially. Then under media, this is just like a place where you can save images and videos. It's like a media library. And then you can also do URL redirects. Yeah, memberships under HighLevel. This is where you can create your own courses inside of HighLevel. So instead of you having to pay extra for Kajabi, let's say, you can use HighLevel to build your own online courses and to host online courses within your own white labeled solution. Really, really cool. You can also build communities and also certificates. This is something that is rather new that I haven't looked into that much myself, but create and issue certificates for your members, which is really cool. So you can build custom-made community groups. Think kind of like Facebook groups or Discord or School, if you've heard about that. But you can do all of that with kind of your own white label solution. And then obviously courses as well, as mentioned. You can have a course and a community. Reputation. This is basically where you can overview all of your reviews. So if you're helping a local business, a big selling proposition that you can use is basically helping them with a reputation management, helping them to get more 5-star reviews essentially. And HighLevel is perfect for that because you can create automations, and if they're in a specific stage in their sales pipeline, let's say I have another stage here called request review. If you drag and drop a lead into that specific stage pipeline, then you can automatically send out and text and an email to the customer asking like, hey, how was your experience working with ABC Roofing? We would love to get your feedback. Leave us a review and we will send you a small gift or something like that, right? So this is basically where you overview all of your reputation management in a very simple way, and your local clients are going to love you for this, especially if you can help them to get more reviews. Then reporting. This is basically an advanced feature where you can get reporting for all of your Google ads, your Facebook ads, call reporting, agent reporting, and appointment reporting as well. So this is something that you can help your clients to get set up with, and instead of them having to constantly email you asking like, hey, how are the ads going? How are the Facebook ads performing? They can just log into their own portal that's white labeled under your agency. They can go to Facebook ads, and now they can overview all of the ads and the campaigns that you're running for them. Really, really cool stuff. So yeah, and then again here you have the app marketplace where you can again connect to dope marketing as we just talked about. So here, for example, lead generation. If you go into here, you can see that we have a bunch of different integrations here. Let's see here, SMS. It's kind of interesting to go through. You can also go to SEO, performance, local. Small business looking to improve their online visibility and grow their businesses. Yep. So there's a bunch of apps here that they're constantly adding into this, which is really, really cool. And a bunch of companies want to build apps for HighLevel because everybody's using HighLevel and it's really the place to be. And then here again, you can then obviously have you can see the mobile app here as well. So you get a link to where to download the mobile app. If we copy this, invite users to mobile app. This is obviously, if I copy this and go here. So here you can see, right, that it takes you to the app store and they have their own HighLevel app. And you can then white label this to basically your own app. So instead of saying HighLevel, it can say your agency. So again, we have our own app for home service. If you search on your mobile phone, you're going to be able to find our app there. So that's basically all of the tabs here. I know that we're going through a lot of stuff, but this video is meant to just planting some seeds into your head. So yeah, let's continue. So if we go to settings, now we're still under the sub account, right? But here's basically where you do the settings for the specific sub account. You can see the business profile. You see my phone number here that we should blur out. We have company billing. So this is where your clients can see what you have actually charged them. So if you connect Stripe here, all of your clients can find all of their invoices under company billing, which is very, very nice because your clients don't have to email you asking for, hey, could you please send me an invoice for that $3,500 monthly payment that we just paid you? You can just, it's in the software under company billing, you will find it. My staff, this is where you can add your staff for your agency or for your local clients. If they have a staff, an appointment setter or sales reps or an office manager, this is where you can add more people. Here again, you can manage your sales pipelines as mentioned. Under calendars, this is a big one. This is basically where you can create a calendar for your agency, or where your local clients, in our case, our roofing businesses, can have an online calendar where homeowners can basically book appointments with the roofing business with an online calendar. It's basically very, very similar to Calendly, but better actually, if you ask me, because it's integrated into this ecosystem. So you can have like a round robin calendar here. So you can name it. So like ABC agency, and I haven't set up a team member yet, but this is basically where you create calendars and you connect your Google Calendar or a Microsoft Calendar into this as well. And if you guys want a separate video on this, again, the training how to set up calendars, I'm gonna link to that video at the end of this video. You can set up phone numbers as well. Now it's going to ask us to connect, to set up this. So now I shouldn't be clicking that button. But once you've set up the lead connector phone system, essentially, this is where you basically set up a phone number for this specific sub account. So again, if you have a local business that you're helping, a roofing business, and they want to be able to send text messages and call from your high level account or from your high level version, then you can set up a phone number in here for them to use essentially. Under reputation management, this is where you can do some settings regarding that. Also, they have this reviews AI, which is pretty cool. So you can leverage AI to get more reviews also. And you can like auto response, etc., etc. Custom fields, now we're getting a little bit more into like the details of things. But custom fields, this is basically if you have a form or a survey and you want to ask custom questions in your forms or in your surveys, then you can create something called custom fields. And you can also use something called custom values. So this is really cool. Let's say you have, for example, like Facebook community, and here is the link to the Facebook community. So if we click create here, now we're basically creating a custom value that I can use in text messages or emails or on my website, whatever it might be. You can see that I get a placeholder here. And so it's called the Facebook community. Here is the key or the placeholder. So if I take this code, put it on my website, or I put it in a text message or in an email, then this is the value. Basically, the link to our Facebook community is going to show. So just to clarify this, if the link is https facebook.com/community, wherever I then put this key or this placeholder, the value is going to show up essentially. And so why is this important? Well, let's say you have 50 different text messages in your automations and you have another 50 emails and you have this on 20 different places in campaigns or whatever it might be. Instead of you having to go into all of these different emails and change that manually, if you change to your community, if you're using a custom value, then you can just change it here. You can just change the value. So it's not community anymore, it's community 1. And now you've changed it with one click on 50 or 100 or 200 different places. So it's just a very, very good practice to use custom values when you're building out automations and websites and funnels and landing pages, and all of that will save you a lot of time. Then we have something called manage scoring. Honestly, I haven't looked into this too much, so I can't talk about that too much. Domains, this is where you add your domain, right? So if you want to have your website on abcroofing.com, then you can simply add your domain here. We have the media library. You can do URL redirects. So let's say somebody is going to, I don't have a domain added now, but let's say somebody go to maxperzon.com/highlevel. Then I want to take them to a URL and I want to take them to highlevel.com. So if somebody goes, you can do URL redirects, pretty self-explanatory. Then you have integrations. So this is where you can integrate your Google accounts, or you can connect your Google Calendar. You can connect your Facebook and Instagram account, your QuickBooks account, your Clio account. I don't know what this is. I think it's for lawyers. I'm not sure. You can connect your Stripe account, your Shopify account, your TikTok account, your LinkedIn account, and your Slack channel as well. And they're building new integrations into this all the time. And also you can see here they have something called Facebook form fields mapping, right? So if you're running Facebook ads, and right now I haven't connected a Facebook page yet, but a Facebook form is basically a type of ad that you can use when you run Facebook ads, and it's a form that pops up within the Facebook advertising platform. So you can basically integrate that Facebook form into your high-level account, and you can use it as a trigger in your automations. So every single time you get a lead on your Facebook form, then you can start an email automation. So that is integrated. You can do the same thing with TikTok forms and also LinkedIn forms. And I'm sure they're going to come out with Google forms, Google Ads forms here very, very soon as well. Now, so that's that. email services. So this is where you can just have your lead connector email services, as we talked about before. We have the conversation providers. Not really sure what that is actually. Here you can manage tags. Again, getting a little bit more advanced here, but you can use that in automations essentially, right? So that you can filter your CRM or your contacts list. So let's say every person that signs up for our newsletter, they're gonna have a tag added to them called newsletter. And then we're gonna have another tag, which is called Facebook form, let's say, which is going to be added to every single lead that is generated from our Facebook forms, right? So you can create different tags, and that way you can sort your contacts on different tags. Labs, again, I don't really use this at all. Audit logs, don't really use that at all neither. And then companies, don't really use that at all neither. So let's talk about my gift to you, right? And that gift is essentially that I have a 5-hour long GoHighLevel and SMMA course, step-by-step review tutorial for complete beginners, essentially. So this video that you're watching right now is basically meant as an introduction into high level. So just an overview of what it looks like on the inside and all of what the different things mean. However, as you probably noticed, each and every single tab that I showed you, you can learn more about those individual tabs and how you leverage them and how you use them. How do you build automations? How do you build funnels? How do you connect the funnels with automations? There's a bunch of questions that I'm sure popping up into your head. And then I have a 5-hour long video here on YouTube. I will leave the link here down below so you can check it out. And I'm updating this tutorial as well. So as you watch this video, I might have released a new 5-hour long or 6-hour long tutorial by then. So look for the latest one. And as of right now, we have over 100 and close to 200,000 views or something like that on this video, and people really like it. People have used this guide to not only set up high level and start their own social media marketing agency, but they've also started close clients and make a lot of money from it. Also, I can highly recommend that you check out my 100% free SMMA course. I will leave a link below this video as well. In this free SMMA course, you're gonna find the exact same training on high level, but you're gonna find more training inside of the free SMMA course as well. You will find training on sales, how to create an offer, how to select a niche, how to do sales calls, how to ask for payments, how to do contracts, how to do onboarding, how to do service delivery, how to find media buyers, anything and everything that you need to start a social media marketing agency. I have a 100% free course. We launched this course just about a year ago. As of right now, we have over 20,000 people in our school community, and we also have like 50 to 100,000 people completing the course or like going through the course since we started, if not more than that. And again, you can start a 30-day free trial of high level if you go to maxperzon.com/highlevel-pro. Make sure that you check these things out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in that next video and inside the free SMMA course community as well.